Welcome! Today, I'm showing you 9 designer tips to take a blank wall and make it look expensive.
The most common question designers get asked is, how do you decorate a blank wall? You might have the renovation, the furniture, and even decor, but the interior still feels unfinished. The 3 most common areas people want to decorate are the wall behind the sofa, the TV wall, and the wall behind the headboard. And if you decorate even one of them correctly, the space immediately starts to look more well thought out. In this video, I'll show you 9 design ideas on how to decorate a blank wall. The simplest solution is wallpaper. In today's world, there's an endless variety, from calm tones to very bright options. It's important to avoid very specific patterns and landscapes. It's better to choose geometric shapes or abstract patterns so that you don't get tired of the design over time. But there are more interesting options. For example, fabric wallpaper. Linen is most commonly used for walls. These options add depth and softness, making the space feel more alive. I really love eco-friendly and natural materials. I think it's a great solution for a bedroom or a nursery. One of the most common options is wall panels, and there's plenty of room for creativity here. For every color, budget, and taste, wooden, soft, brick style, plaster, or metal. They can be adapted to any style, from minimalism to classic. And most importantly, they immediately create a sense of architecture in the interior. They're no longer just walls, but a full-fledged design element. But unfortunately, most models offered on marketplaces are very toxic and can emit substances harmful to us. Remember, it's definitely not worth compromising on your health. The third option is painting. But not just repainting the wall, but creating accent geometry, arches, asymmetrical color blocks to give the room a rhythm. This is a very budget-friendly solution, but when done right, it looks expensive. The next option is decorative plaster. It can be smooth, textured, or even 3-dimensional, with a rock effect. Coatings like microcement are also popular now. They give a sense of depth and naturalness, which is already at the level of a designer interior. The fifth option is moldings. A very cool way to give the wall rhythm and structure. They aren't very expensive and don't require special installation skills. They can be used in classic modern interiors and even in minimalism. The main thing is to maintain the proportions and the relationship between the room and the pattern created by these moldings. The sixth option is lighting. You can experiment and play with light for a long time. Light can completely change the perception of a wall. These could be wall sconces, hidden lighting, or light profiles. There are many lighting options, but this definitely requires the involvement of specialists. And here it's important to remember, light isn't just illumination, it's a tool for atmosphere. I discussed lighting in interiors in more detail in this video right here. Be sure to watch it, it's a very useful video. The seventh option is shelves. But it's important not just to hang a shelf and fill it with junk, but to create a design composition. On shelves, it's vital to group items, leave some space, and not overload them. And then it will look stylish rather than like a warehouse for small decor. The eighth option is art. Paintings, photographs, posters. But there are a few nuances here. If we're talking about photos, it's better to prepare them in advance, applying one filter to all of them. They should have a single color scheme, one style, and consistent framing. In today's world, using artificial intelligence, this won't take much effort, but the result will please you instantly. You can also mix personal photos with paintings or decor and bring it all together into one composition. Paintings must match the style of the interior. A classic interior means classic art. A modern interior means modern art. Otherwise, a visual conflict arises. Skilled designers can mix styles, but a professional should do it. Otherwise, it'll be completely tasteless. It's important to note that any canvas can be integrated into different styles by using a suitable frame or glass. In modern solutions, wide formats and abstraction are increasingly preferred over several small paintings. Another very interesting option is to use flooring materials on the wall. This could be parquet, laminate, or large format porcelain stoneware. It's a very practical solution, and you don't have to worry that the wood color on the wall and floor will differ. Everything coordinates perfectly. The biggest mistake is leaving a wall empty, hoping the interior will just come together on its own. But a wall isn't just a background, it's one of the main elements of the space. It's exactly what can make an interior either ordinary or stylish and well thought out. If these ideas resonate with you, please subscribe and support me with a like. This really motivates me to record even more useful ideas for you. I show how to use simple solutions to make an interior look visually more expensive and designer-like.